Hey friends, I promised you a video on how to hide your regrowth. I have 3 things you can do just to kind of get over so I can see you again. So first trick is a product by Eufora. It's called Conceal. It looks like this. It comes in several different colors. It comes in black, dark brown, brown, blonde, copper or auburn, auburn. So I'm going to show you auburn on my hair just so you can hopefully actually see it. I'm going to take out my lovely updo and show you what it looks like. So say this is my part. If you were closer, you'd be able to see there are tons of gray in there, and I desperately need a highlight. But one of my hairstylists just moved to New York, and my other one is a workaholic. So eventually it'll happen. So this is almost like a makeup brush, and when you get a new package of it, what you have to do is kind of load the product. You have to load it into the brush. So what you're going to do on my hand, I can do it, but if you don't want like a weird looking bruise, do it on like a piece of paper towel. And so you're going to load up that brush. It's almost like a kabuki style brush, like you're doing your makeup, and you're just going to brush it in your part, and that's going to help hide your gray. It's a mineral, so it's not going to be oily in your part or anything like that. So you're going to brush it in, kind of a tapping motion works well too, just to kind of hide those grays. So again, it comes in several different colors. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's working, I promise. And you're going to do more, you worry more about your part, but you can also get into your hairline and kind of work on that too. You know, kind of depending how you're wearing your hair that day. If you're wearing it back, you only have to do your hairline, you don't have to do your part. And then what I do like to say is mix it with a little bit of a light hairspray just to kind of lock it in. You know, if you're sweating or anything like that, it'll just kind of hold it in better. Another product by Eufora that we have is Color Revive. So Color Revive is a staining conditioner. This one, it comes in copper, it comes for blonde, is like a violet tone. It has a brunette one and red, is a bright red one, which some of you are already using. So Color Revive is really pretty. It's basically like giving yourself a conditioning treatment that also has a stain. So I'm going to put a little bit on my hand so you can see. It's really pigmented. So if you're nervous that it's going to be too strong, what you can do is dilute it with your regular conditioner, maybe just like a pea size or anything like that, just to give it a little bit more color in there. I'm going to wipe this off so my hand doesn't look like I murdered someone. So, you know, you can mix it with your regular conditioner, just sort of fresh. So this is going to be more about like replacing your gloss while you're waiting to come back to the salon and kind of maintaining tone so you don't feel dull or washed out. The other last thing we're going to do is how to apply color to your hairline and part. Sorry, I forgot my comb. So hairline and part, these products that I'm going to be selling curbside, you just have to text me or DM me or email me and we'll set up a time for that. Sorry, I have some hairspray in my hair, so I'm just brushing that out. It's $35, which is what I usually charge for a hairline and part. So if you ever are in between services and you just need a little pick-me-up, it is a service I already offer, except this time you're doing it yourself. It's about a quarter of the actual product that I use when I do your hair, depending on how much hair you have. Some of you have a lot of hair, so it's not going to be able to do your whole head. It's literally where you wear your part, and then just some in the hairline so you're not looking at that color and driving yourself crazy. Please do not box color your hair. It's going to be a lot more expensive for you later on for us to fix. Please do not use overtone color. I know they have really sexy Instagram ads. That stuff is impossible to get out of the hair. So if you do overtone and you want your hair to be lighter, it's going to take a lot of time when you get there. That stuff really stains the hair. If you're committed to that color, I guess you could use it, but I just don't recommend it, and I've had some tricky issues with it. So that being said, I'm going to use purple conditioner so it looks like you can actually see what I'm doing when I apply my color. You're going to pick up your color. It's going to be in a glamorous solo cup, and then you're actually going to get a Eufora brush too. The brushes you can throw out or you can use it to do whatever you want. I replaced all my brushes, so it's actually perfect timing. I can give you guys these brushes. All right, so we're going to start with the part first. So I pretty much always wear a side part, so I'm gonna start there. And we're really only gonna do a couple sections in the part, and then again, just our hairline. So I did purple conditioner, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. But I'm going in and I'm applying, making sure it's saturated. If you see any hair sticking up, it means you have to put more product on there. We want the hair to be really well coated. And then you kind of want to go about an inch down from the back of your head. And it gets a little trickier, but if you kind of smudge it on there, usually you can kind of hide it. But that's just going to help if your hair splits, if it's dirty or anything, hide those grays. So then you're going to take the kind of pointy side of the brush, pull that hair over, and just do a little bit more. I'll do one more to be on the safe side in case I don't wear the same exact part tomorrow. I sleep a little crazy sometimes. All right, and then we're gonna put that on. And then we're gonna do the hairline. So hairline, I'm gonna pull all my hair back. And I'm just kind of following that hairline. So you can see I have really deep recession, so I'm not painting my skin, I'm just kind of painting the hair. And I got this crazy guy that comes out, and these. So if you are extremely gray in your hairline and it's a big difference, if maybe you're dark brown but you're very gray or white, I would say take 2 sections in the hairline, especially if you are wearing your hair back a lot. I know a few of you are still working in a medical setting and you're doing your thing, and God bless you, but I hide those grays for sure if you want. Otherwise, we'll deal with it when this all stops. Don't worry about it. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna brush that hair back again. Just so if there is like a very stubborn little gray that kind of wants to float away and do its own thing, you really want to lay that into the product. If it's sticking out on its own, it's not going to get covered. You really want to lay everything in, almost like you're icing a cake. You want everything iced evenly and consistently. So again, just making sure it's well saturated, and then we're going to go in and do my hairline again on the other side. So I'm going to start here, get into that recession area, and then I'm going to go into the sides. You guys might be able to hear my tenant playing some very random music upstairs. I know we all miss his music. Play some good stuff. All right. So I did 2 sections in that area, and then I'm going to do 2 sections on the side too. We'll just say that I have really bad gray and we want to hide it because I'm going to be wearing my hair back a lot because I need a haircut. All right, and then we're going to paint that on. I wouldn't worry about behind your ears. Most of you don't really have gray back here. That's kind of the last place to go. This is really where most of your gray is and where most of your trouble is. So that's what you're going to pay attention to. This is just triage. This is not, red carpet ready. This is to get you through so you do not go and use box color or you do not do anything rash or crazy. This is also a great opportunity though if you were considering growing out your natural color and seeing what your ratio of gray is, or kind of just pivoting and trying something different. This is a great opportunity to do that. If you are thinking about that, just shoot me a message and I can kind of help you soften that regrowth and kind of make it so it's not as traumatic. But it is a nice way to kind of think about playing with your natural color and seeing what happens. So let me know. But for most of you, this is going to sit on for a half hour. There are a few of you that it sits for 45 minutes. We're going to shampoo it out, kind of rinse as usual. I like to do 2 really good shampoos just to make sure there's no product left on your scalp to cause irritation later. Condition, style as usual. There's also a few of you that have asked about glosses. I can mix up glosses. Those you're going to want to, after you shampoo your hair once, towel dry your hair a little bit, and you're just going to glop that all over and really just mush it in and make sure everything's really well coated. almost like you're doing a conditioning treatment at home. That's going to sit for 15 minutes, and then you're going to shampoo that out and style as usual. In the cups, the product's going to be measured, but it's not going to be mixed, because once it's mixed, it has a very short lifespan. So it'll be measured and then covered with a piece of foil or saran wrap. When you get home, what I recommend is using a fork and whisking it really well to make sure the product is well mixed. I've done this a million times. You can just wash the fork really well. You don't have to throw it out. If you want to use a plastic fork and throw it out later, you can. It's up to you. But using a whisk really, or a fork, will help make sure the product is mixed really well. You have about, as soon as you mix it, you put it on. But once you leave the salon, you have about an hour to be able to put it on and let everything process and rinse out. So again, this isn't for everyone, but for those of you that have been asking, I just wanted to make sure that you had something to kind of show you what to do. If you need gloves, I don't really have a lot. I donated some of mine, but I mean, you can use sandwich bags or something like that. Get creative if you're worried about staining your hands or your manicure. This is like our MacGyver moment. Just have fun with it, and stay safe, stay sane, and stay gorgeous. All right, bye guys.